Yeah.
What's going on, fellas? It's your boy LOZA with Blake on the camera. You love to see it. Alright, we're going to get into my Invoked Dark Magician deck profile. I went 3-1 at locals today. I'll talk about matchups now because I never remember at the end of the video. Round 1 I versed Shadoll. I got super polyed. I got Schism. I still won. Keck W. Game 2. Round 2, sorry. Who the hell did I verse? Lewis. I versed Lewis playing Swordsoul Tenyi, and we've been testing online a lot, so he knows the boards to make that are better for versing me. Because if he makes Baron de Fleur and I forget the name of the other synchro, the generic, Cheese Out, and the trap, I just go any negate card, he negates it, like any imperm or like just another ref, and then I play the actual ref. And if he doesn't have Ash, I just go pop, swing for game, and it's game. So he knows that, so instead he makes the other synchro, the Marju one, the level 10, I think it is. That is just a giant, can't be destroyed by card effects. Well, it can, but when you try, they banish a card in their grave, and then activates its effect and banishes a card on your field and a card in your grave. It's very fucking good. So, to play around, that's how he, he makes that board to play around Dragoon, because he knows I'm playing that. Which makes it a little harder to win against like a random Tenyi Swordsoul player at a tournament. I just destroy them if they didn't know the matchup. So it made it a little difficult, but in game, I shouldn't have won game 2, and then I top decked Magical Eyes Fusion, which won me the game. I had no resources, I had literally nothing. So I got Heart of the Cards lucky in game 2, and then in game 3, he just kind of messed up his hand traps against me, and I was able to chain mana on the Alistair summon, which got me to Anaconda, which got me the game. So yeah, a little unfortunate for him in pretty much all aspects. But then we went round 3 against Jesse, and Jesse did top, and he was playing Mystic Mind, the absolute bastard. So yeah, that was funny. And DM has a really good matchup against mine, which he learned game 1, where I just kept circle banishing everything, and like I won the game. And like even when I posted in the chat of Dark Magician lads, they were like, "Oh lol, just circle." I'm like, yes, he figured that out. Game 1. Game 2 and 3, he just Solemn Judgment and Dark Bribed every time I played Circle. I recycled it with Soul Servant all 3 times, and he just had the negate trap every time. So unfortunately, I had no out. I wasn't siding Cosmics finally, or like Lightning Storm. I finally took them all out to like play shit for modern meta, and yeah, kind of got screwed. So props to Jesse. He made a meta call and he won locals. But then we go into round 4, so I'm 2-1 at this point, and I do get to verse. Man, I cannot remember. Seb. I'm versing Seb. He's playing Invoked DPE. So, Invoked Dragoon meet Invoked DPE. Dragoon's better, let's just say that.
That's true.
His combo, of course, is easier to do because he can Fusion Destiny at the end of the combo if he did get hand trapped, whereas if I get hand trapped, I can't play ref at the end of my combo, like I just lose.
Yep.
So I understand that's a little more flexible, but Dragoon versing DPE, like, it just wins. He didn't have Ash for my ref any of the times I played it. That just won me the game. Or maybe he did one time, I can't remember. But anyway, ref good. But let's get into the card by card. Let's start with the monsters. We gotta play the bricks, you know how it'll be. 2 Dark Magician, this is pretty standard right now, so I'm not gonna talk about it. And this is the extra brick spot, where some people play Dark Magician Girl, some people play Mahad. I'm playing Mana, and in the Invoked variant, she's hella good. 1, because she's light, so if you do just not have the way to get to a light engrave for Mekaba, cool, she can be that, but normally you want to keep her for the draws on Soul Servant, so you just normally want to keep her engraved. Pretty much it. But yeah, you summon her whenever your Alistair or your Magician Souls gets targeted, which is super good because, everyone wants to negate like a draw 2 or something, for example. Illusion of Chaos, so this is the card that's going to be putting these back in your deck, as well as trying to search you this card, the good card, Magician Souls. This card's insane. I don't think I need to talk about it. Like, it's played in other decks. That's a sign a card is good, and it's the same for Illusion of Chaos. So 2 very good pieces of support we've gotten. Magician's Rod at 1, just in case you don't have a way to Alistair, and you do happen to open up the Illusion of Chaos, you can make your way to Rod. If you need it, it's there. The cool thing about Rod is it can recycle itself, so you do really only need 1 in rotation. But yeah, it's just there in case you need it, and it did come up a bit today. 3 Alistair, because it's our primary normal summon for this variant. This is just a way better normal summon than Rod, because Rod freaking sucks. Like, I like Rod, but it doesn't have as much impact as Alistair does. Alistair just gets you to negates and free resources, while Rod does that over like 3 turns, and that's not really that great. So that's pretty much it for the monsters. We'll move on to Handtraps. I mean, they're kind of monsters. You do normal summon them sometimes if you just need to get to Anaconda or whatever. I'm going with Cringe OCG 222s. I've been doing it on Master Duel and liking it, so I started doing it in TCG. I know it's hella cringe, but in my opinion, like, we brick so much in this deck, so actually playing the 222 made a lot of sense to me, because it's like, at least you can if you don't open like 3 Ash, for example, you can at least ensure you're going to open like 2 Ash and a Ghost Ogre. I know that sounds dumb, but like, man, this deck is so freaking bricky that it's just nice to like have different hand traps in my hands.
Sometimes you want to see them, sometimes you do not.
Yeah, and just like having them split means I can use them all, and that's kind of why I stuck with 3 Imperm as well, because you can always use this. It's not once per turn and whatnot. The best thing about Imperm is Imperm with Ref is just like crazy good. So it's just kind of like a budget droplet. Like, I'd rather have droplet, but this serves as a budget version of that. But yeah. That's all the hand traps. It's only 9. I could probably play more, but that's okay. We're going to be moving into Super Poly format very soon. Australia doesn't have Branded Fusion yet. We don't have Albaz yet, so I don't have to worry about Super Poly so much just yet. I mean, I got Super Poly today, but definitely in future, I don't know what I'm going to do. But for now, triple ref, baby. It's always the way. Card good. Summon Dragoon. Very good. This card says, hey, you outed my Dragoon. Here's the next one. Yes, it can be a brick, but if you open it with Magician Souls, it makes a Dragoon by itself. Open that with a normal summon, it's double Dragoon. If that normal summon's Alistair, it's double Dragoon Mechaba. You probably won't have 3 cards to discard, but hey, it's there. it's possible. The best field spell to open up, if you open up this bad boy with Magician Souls, not only do you get to Mechaba Anaconda Dragoon, you get an extra draw from sending this with Magician Souls. So, you know, it's like a shit version of the Brave Adventure package.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's cool. It's way cheaper, so let's look at it that way. The one Invo to go with that, and that's kind of like our 5th fusion spell. You could play more of it if you wanted, but it's kind of like a brick as well. So I try to just play them at 1. 1 Monster Reborn. I never drew it today. This is my flex spot card as well. Like, heaps of people hate this. Sure, I don't care. Just don't play it. Like, it's fine. In my head, you can revive Dragoon, and god damn it, it doesn't matter. Like, you can summon Dragoon. Some people seem to think Dragoon can't be targeted in grave. That effect is only on the field. So, yeah, you can target Dragoon, and yes, it won't have pops, but it's a negate towers monster, so I like bringing it back, you know?
Is there something you would play over it, or suggest people play over it if they do hate Monster Reborn?
Yeah, for sure. Just play another hand trap, honestly. Like, play a Disruption. It's just like a weird extender where I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's dead turn 1 a lot of the time, and it can be. It definitely can be. But I don't know. I find like when you top deck this in the mid to late game, it's just so insane. Like, you can bring back their DPE, for example. You can bring back like something that forces them to negate, and that's what I like. But yeah, 1 Terraforming, because, you know, Meltdown, good card, and we're also siding Mystic Mine, so seems good.
Spice.
Yeah, very good, very good. Double Prep. I was playing 3, but 2's just kind of nicer because you have room to play more hand traps and whatnot. And yeah, I feel like you brick on Illusion of Chaos way less this way, which is cool. If you do open up both, it's fine. One searches Illusion of Chaos and then Magician Souls, and you send the other one to draw. Easy. Easy clap. Here's my phone alarm. Fantastic. Upstart Goblin. We just play it with any of the Dark Magician cards, and it's like free resources. So what I mean by that is, Upstart with Soul Servant means you can search any Dark Magician monster or spell trap in the deck. You just get to pick. And if you do go for Magician Souls, you can then banish this and get a draw because you've got the necessary bricks in the grave. Circle's really good because it's shit. Don't play it at 3.
But what if you played it at 3 though?
If I played it at 3 today, I might have beat Mystic Mine, let's be real. But let's not talk about that, huh? We are playing 3 Soul 7 because it's the best card. Alright, last card is a trap, and it's Eternal Soul. You only need 1, because just like Circle, if you do need more copies, you can recycle it with this bad boy here. I recycled Circle 4 times, or 3 times in one duel today, so I played it 4 times, and it got negated every time. You hate to see it.
But it's the best card in your deck. I don't understand.
I should be playing 3.
Yeah, you should.
Alright, the boy who's on the mat. Yeah, boy Dragoon. Some people play 3, and that's impressive, honestly. I don't know how I'd get to 3 being relevant, but I think 2 is just necessary. You could play 1, but that seems stupid. Two Mechaba. This should be Orguidos or whatever it's called. I just can't find mine. It's somewhere. So I just put in a second Mechaba and one Purgatrio. I still haven't summoned this because honestly, once you make Mechaba, Dragoon, and like Handtraps, people just pass. They scoop. Because they'll try play, you negate some stuff. They're like, oh, that didn't work out, and they scoop. So this was kind of here to close games out, and I've literally never made it. But yeah, Mechaba good, so that's fine. Two Anaconda, which is obviously going to be your way to summon the two Dragoons. Some people don't play two, and I don't get that. Like, this card went to 1 in OCG, and I'm like, there's a reason. Yep. It's broken. And people don't seem to realize you can just send Magicalized with this for your second Dragoon. So, once again, not sure why people are so surprised by two Anaconda. It's literally the best card. One Artemis still. Super good in normal DM, but in Invoked DM, obviously it's even better because it helps you turbo to the Mechabas. So you do love to see that. One Almirage. Almirage is just to make sure you can get to Purgatrio, which once again didn't come up today, so feel free to cut this. Relinquish Anima, really good with Magician Souls. It's a Dark Spellcaster, which means if you do try to take one of their things and they try to chain like an Imperm, cool, you can chain Mana Engrave and bring it out. So not only are you forcing a negate from the opponent, you're getting value off it, and then you could go into Anaconda because you've got the Mana and you've got the Relinquish Anima. So yeah, once again, Mana is just crazy in this build. Another good thing about Anima is playing Nibiru. Great, you always have an out to the token, because normally DM's only outs are like Circle, Dragoon Pop, and if you can't get to those, which you might not, cool, this is just an easy like Magician Souls outs the token. Because sometimes just that token being huge, DM can't deal with that. One Imduck, it's just like a dragon version of Link Spider. It does come up sometimes that it's better than Link Spider, so I just play both. Plus Magicalized Fusion plus Magician Souls makes Dragoon if you have this card. If you don't have this card, well, it doesn't, so it's a neat little tech. One Dark Charmer with the Selena access code package. This is your stock standard, rank up into the big boy, try to pop all their shit in OTK. This card's also very good just in general because, Dark Spellcaster deck. And same with this. Like, these are good in any deck. Like Sky Striker, for example, play a package like this with Hulk as well to just streamline into access code. They're great, but it's even better in this because this brings back Dragoon and shit in this deck. So yeah, some games you don't need to go into access code. You can stay on Selene and just keep using it as like a budget Eternal Soul. If it's got enough counters, you can just keep bringing back DM or like Dragoon or like shit like that because it's a quick effect. You can use it on your opponent's turn, and not enough people know that. But that's the only in the games where it gets that many counters. So yeah, it comes up sometimes. But yeah, that's the extra deck. Side deck, I don't think it's changed from my last profile, but that's okay. We'll go over it anyway. We've got your boy 2 skill drain mainly because I don't know where my third one is, but that's okay.
I've got like 4. You can have it, bro.
Yeah, all right, there you go. We got different rarity villages because I'm a piece of shit. You love to see it. Imperial Order went, but this card still exists, so.
Oh, harmless spell.
Yeah, if I pull off Dragoon with this, Flounder just lose and like.
I don't know a deck that wins.
Yeah, there's some that can still play, but yeah, boy does it make it really hard. The monster hand traps that I cited were Lancia and Token Collector. The nifty thing about Lancia in this deck is if you open 2 many, which is normally never the case because you just don't see sides for some reason. But if say you open 3 and you're like, there's no way I'd need 3. Magician Souls, you can set it in the back row. Magician Soul, send it away and draw. It's stupid, but it's just a cool interaction if you were like, bro, I'm not going to need all 3 this game. But normally if you have all 3, you sided them in for a reason and you're going to use them. But yeah, Token Collector's a good bitch. He beats all the Swordsoul adventure things. Like, just a good card for the format. It probably is going to be shit now going into the Super Poly Brave Despia format, Brent Fusion format. One Mystic Mine, which I played it once today, and then I got Cosmic, then I was sad, but they didn't OTK me, so lol. They really should have, but that's alright. But yeah, you can definitely play more Mine in this build because the deck plays under Mine pretty well. And evenly matched because, lol, I hate Eldritch and like, I don't know, a bunch of decks. Flounder, I feel like it's pretty good against Shadolls and like Mystic Mine as well. It's just a good card to beat like a lot of back row decks, and I was like, yeah, let's put it in case. It was okay. But yeah, that's about it. Invoked DM's very good.
Anything you change immediately? Or
probably the side needs to change going into the next format, but since I said Australia, we do not have branded. We just don't have branded fusions yet. So until we do, I don't really know. Like, I'll need to retest for that. But yeah, it should be weird because it'll be a super poly heavy format. So it's kind of like, do I just main deck Village? Because otherwise, like, Dragoon Mecha Papas is just super poly fuel. So I'll have to think about that and get back to it because obviously Village does nothing going second. So bit of a yikes.
Easy.
I'm going to do a combo though.
Alrighty, we're gonna get into a combo now.
Alright,
Let's see how we do this.
We're going into the big test hand. So this is your favorite opener-upper in this deck. Obviously, Terraforming can get you here, so you got 4 copies of this. Illusion of Chaos can get you here, so you got like 7 copies of this. So yeah, let's just get into it. Obviously, Meltdown is gonna grab you Alistair, so now your hand will look like this. Before you summon Alistair, it's normally better to do this unless you really want to bait something. So why you want to do Magician Souls first is it's going to put mana in the graveyard, and you'll know what's going to happen next, right? I don't know. Can you still see shit?
Yeah.
Alright, sick. So from here, you're going to normal your alley, go for the effect, and grab your Invo. If you do get impermed or veiled or targeted in any way, you can chain this and come out. That might not seem too relevant, but you know, you might get Ghost Ogred, like I got Ghost Ogred on this today. So then when I got hand trapped on this, it was relevant.
Yep.
But also going second, having 3 bodies means that's instant Selene or Dark the Dark Charmer, like resources, and there's just easier ways to get to access codes, always good. Or just a sneaky Anaconda with other stuff. But anyway, so potentially you could have 3 cards. But anyway, back to here. We've got the Invocation now. Cool and nice. We're going to send the Magical Meltdown for a draw. Cool, we got another Alistair. Great. Doesn't really matter at this point. Alistair has to become this lady here, Artemis. And then you can link these 2 into Anaconda. So you'll notice this is our 4th summon. 4 is a good number in Yu-Gi-Oh! For summons.
Oh, good.
Because we go Invo at this point, and that will banish these 2, the Maiden and the Alistair. And of course, there is a Mechaba to be summoned. Cool, then you're going to just do the Invocation thing, put the Alistair back in the hand, and the Invo back in the deck. And I think you know what you're going to go for next. You're going to do your Anaconda, paying 2k, sending the Red Eyes Fusion, and sending the Dark Magician and the Red Eyes, and summon out your Dragoon. So that's pretty good to get off 2 cards, and you'll notice our hand is also 2 cards. So we didn't go pass or neg, like we went neutral. If we did get hand trapped on Anaconda or something, sure, we would have to probably discard Alistair or maybe another monster in our hand if there's a shitter one, because you normally want to keep this bad boy. But you can see how like you get to this fairly freely, and you do have the backup of mana coming out. She doesn't do anything on field really. She protects level 7 and higher spellcasters from card effects. It's like, cool, Dragoon doesn't care. Like, Dark Magician also will probably be up with Eternal Soul, so it doesn't care. But yeah, the main point of this combo is, cool, you have 2 negates turn 1. That's more than 1 negate.
Yeah.
Good job.
And then
Dark
whatever
Magician.
else is in your hand traps, invert, whatever,
So
whatever it might be.
that was just the 2 cards. So in theory, we have 3 more cards here. Okay, in this case, there's only 1 Ash, but you get the idea.
That'll play.
Yeah, it's fine. But anyway, closing thoughts.
Deck good.
Deck pretty good. Plays like better Dark Magician or worse Invoked.
Pick up, like, subscribe, leave a comment.
Do the thing.